Hello everybody, Dave Neal here, stand-up comedian, host of Bachelor Recap, a Guy's Review. Breaking news to report in Bachelor Nation. Not news, I'm happy to report. It looks like Dale and Clare have called it off. As we know, Clare was last season's Bachelorette. I made a video just Friday, 4 days ago, with all the clues as to why people thought Dale and Clare might be breaking up. Dale hasn't been posting any photos of her. He actually deleted comments that told her he would always love her. And it looks like Dale, in the end, was the one who broke up with Clare. A few different organizations are reporting it, so let's go to that right now. We can check that out. And don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already for future news like this. You know, it's too bad. You know, Clare was very divisive. She was a very anxious lead on the show. She was yelling at some contestants, very kind of heightened, frantic energy. But in the end, we want everyone to find love. Let's be respectful. Let's check it out. So it's ET is reporting Bachelorette Clare, Crawley, and Dale Moss call it quits. Clare, Crawley, and Dale Moss are going their separate ways. The Bachelorette couple has split about 2 months after their proposal aired on the ABC dating show. Source close to the former couple tells ET Dale and Clare have ended their relationship and he broke up with her this past week. Dale took to Instagram on Tuesday to address the split himself and shared his well wishes for Clare following their split. Let me go to another site to read this here. I think TMZ's got it right here. Dale confirmed the breakup, so everyone was wondering if there would be a confirmation of what went down. So clearly it's not hearsay any longer. This is what Dale had to say on his Instagram story. I wanted to share with you all that Clare and I have decided to go our separate ways. We appreciate the love and support we've received from so many people, but this is the healthiest decision for both of us at this time. We strongly believe in leading with love and always remaining true to oneself, something our families have taught and instilled in us throughout our lives. We only hope the best things for one another. I don't believe we've heard from Clare yet on this matter. He adds, we strongly believe in leading with love and remaining true to oneself, something our families have taught. He already said that. Bachelorette star Clare Crawley and Dale Moss are officially on a break, as they say, effectively ending it after she cut her season short just for him. Yeah, this is where it becomes interesting because people are going to say, well, she left after only several weeks on the show and she didn't give any of these other guys a chance. If you remember, Jason and her had a good connection and other people. But, you know, it's not up to me to detangle the Christmas lights here and see if she could have had a better shot with someone else. As it was reported, she had known about her contestants for months before the show actually started. Because of the pandemic, production was pushed back several months. So she basically had all their Instagrams and, you know, whether it's healthy or not, she probably formed some sort of lust for Dale before the show even started. You know, she's able to see what he's into, his charities, this and that. And again, not judging anybody. Relationships don't work out until they do. Okay, guys? It's all about finding the one you love. I've been very critical about Clare because I think she hides a lot of her, like, I'm not going to settle for anybody less than what I deserve. I think she kind of has this sort of like bravado to her. And it's like, well, maybe you need to work on some things yourself. Like, we all want to be the best version of ourselves, but with that comes learning how, you know, we're triggered by others. All the information hasn't come in yet. We know that Clare and Dale had a beachfront rental home this past week, and Dale had a cousin stay, and there was a big fight. The cousin posted on Instagram something about unfollowing, and then Clare unfollowed the cousin. So we don't know if that had something to do with it. And then, of course, a few days ago, Clare posted a photo of her and her mom. I don't feel comfortable sharing that photo. Her mom's, I believe, terminally ill, and Clare posted a photo holding her mom's hand with her ring finger kind of hidden. And I really do wish the best for Clare. I hope she's able to find her family and friends in these moments, because it's never good to go through a breakup, especially when the whole country, you know, at least Bachelor Nation, is either rooting you on or excited when you fail. Because, you know, we kind of have this bloodthirst gladiator thought to us where we like to see failure. It makes us feel better about ourselves. I'm not saying that's you or me. I'm just saying a lot of times we like to build up the Jenga wall and then just knock it down. That's just society. Whenever anyone gets too big or whatever, that's just what we do. That's human nature. So I hope we can look at this with some empathy and realize, look, Clare, Dale, they're no different than you and I. They had a relationship that couldn't work out. You know, they were under the media spotlight. They only had 2 months where people knew about their relationship. Before that, they were holed away. They didn't have to deal with the outside world. And then, boom, relationships are tough. relationships aren't easy. You know, love should be easy, but it gets entangled with other things. There was all these rumors from the get-go about Dale in New York City being out with models, not being, completely faithful. Was that true or not? No idea. Take him for his word that he was faithful, but clearly there was enough wedge, enough ice was built into this pothole to create a mess. You're like the New Englander in me. I got to make a pothole joke. So yeah, it's very interesting. As for why, TMZ says, no word yet. One thing we do know for sure, they were dating from a distance. He lived in New York City, and she was on the West Coast in Sacramento, which is always a toughie. It's a very anticlimactic end for what many thought was a love-at-first-sight pairing. From the day Clare met all of her on-screen suitors, it was clear she was head over heels for the guy and didn't give the other fellas much of a chance to compete for her affection. Well, my advice is this. Give these guys a shot now. Call them up. Jason, you're my boy. URI alum. Give Clare a call. You guys had a good connection. Start slow, Clare. I know the whole biological clock's working against all of us, and we need to just find that guy and make babies. Did you scare Dale with those comments? Maybe. Clare had basically told Dale she's just ready for kids right away. Maybe he was scared by it. It's one thing to love someone and I'll be all about it, and it's another when they bring the facts and they're like, all right, let's go shop for a bassinet. And he's like, bassinet? I live in New York City. You know what I mean? It says, in fact, Clare was actually mocked pretty often for snubbing dudes in the house and constantly seeking out or talking about Dale, even if she was on a date with someone else. The writing was on the wall that they were meant for each other, or so they thought. Clare, the oldest Bachelorette to head up a season, ultimately bailed on the show entirely once Dale proposed to her again early, which made way for Tayshia Adams, the second black Bachelorette, who picked up the baton and finished things off with the remaining 16 men. I don't know why they had to include the black part. I'm just reading this. But plus 4 new guys were brought on. She ended up getting engaged to Zach Clark. So Zach and Tayshia lasting a little bit longer than Dale and Clare. We're not here to compete. We're not here to compare. To compare is despair, right, folks? Stay in your own lane. Look, she thought she had a love with Dale. Clearly, she was obsessed with Dale. When they were group dates, she would pull Dale aside. They spent all their time together. Everybody was compared to Dale from the beginning. Maybe she didn't give the other guys a shot. Very unique situation that she was able to get to know these guys beforehand. Probably not a good idea for the show to let the lead study the guys, follow them on social media. You know how it is. We paint red flags white. If we think we love someone for a certain reason, we'll find all the reasons in the world to make that our confirmation bias. It doesn't always work out that way. Dale's probably not where she is. He's a guy, what is he, late 20s, early 30s, former wide receiver, living in New York City. He's got fame. I hate to say it, I just don't think he's ready for marriage. Claire's in a different spot. They're across the country. Long distance, oxytocin, jealousy, codependency. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. And especially, he brings his cousin along for the ride. I can totally understand if she was upset that he, maybe they get only a couple moments to spend together. They have a couple moments together. Dale brings his cousin. Again, this is all hearsay. I'm not too sure what happens. By the time I upload this, we might have some more information. Leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Let's keep it peaceful. I truly do hate to see couples not work out. I wanted them to prove me wrong. Everyone said, oh, they're not going to work out. It was too fast. I wanted them to prove me wrong because we all know of relationships where someone met on a cruise and 5 days later they were getting hitched. We all have those stories of unconditional love showing up right away. But let's not get lazy. Love is something you have to work towards and commit to every single day. It's something you commit to every single day. You might have a bad day here, a bad day there. You can work through things. But clearly they weren't able to do that, and they hope it's for the better that they go their separate ways. Shout out, Clare. Wishing you the best. Tough times, and hang in there. And I do think you've got the support of Bachelor Nation. I think we were overly judgmental when Clare was on the show. We didn't get to see as much of her talk about her anxiety, but I really think when you put certain people under the spotlight with the anxious sort of, the anxiety that happens from shooting a TV show, it probably didn't bring her out in the best light. But I think she's a good person. I think he's probably a good person. There's more info to come out, but we'll see. So leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget, hit the like button, and we'll give you updates when we get them. Thanks, guys.